I'm Pern.
And I'm Dave.
Welcome to the show, where we talk about everything from movies, music, sports, and TV.
And stories from the rest of our lives.
Things we don't talk about are politics and religion.
And this is how we all stay friends.
Okay, let's talk. Right off the bat, we're going to revisit our taste test from last week where we tried the Twinkies.
The wonderfully
mystery,
flavored Twinkie.
Yes, the mystery Twinkie and trying to figure out the flavor, taste of the mystery Twinkie. So last night when I was coming home from work, I stopped to get gas. I ran inside and I bought a pack of raspberry zingers. So we can,
okay.
And I still had some of the Twinkies left over from last week's episode. So
obviously, because they were so yummy.
We're going to revisit the taste test real quick and taste it side by side.
And now you're going to prove.
Twinkie. And well, either prove or debunk.
Disprove.
One of the two. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like either it's like, oh yeah, that's on, or I was not even close.
Right.
So I've got a Twinkie split in half. We're not going to eat a whole Twinkies because we were so sugar buzzed last week.
Jesus,
Holy
we were bouncing.
Shit, what the fuck was wrong with us?
Lisa said you guys really shouldn't do sugar.
Oh my gosh. I was like just bouncing from because I had already had like a big piece of ice cream cake,
yes.
and then we had all the crap from the
Doesn't
oh
explain
my god.
Me, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
low tolerance
that's
for
you.
Sugar, I guess. Yeah,
I know you were just feeding off of my sugar high.
That must have been it.
That was crazy. Okay, so I have a Twinkie and I have a Zinger, and I've cut them in half, so we're only going to do like half of each one.
Oh, thank God.
So do you want to go with?
Let's do
first
the
do the
plain.
Twinkie.
Yeah, I think we should
first.
do. Yeah,
the
let's
Twinkie
do
first.
the
So
Twinkie
here,
first.
you take the little half of the Twinkie right there to revisit. We'll go back to the Twinkie
Got
part.
my Twinkie.
So go ahead
It
and
smells
take
just
your
like
bite.
as wonderful as it did last time.
It just as wonderful as it did last time. So you're tasting yours and trying it.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying it wasn't spongy last week. Mine was spongy. I just didn't. But these have now been sitting out for about 30 minutes too because I prepped them in the kitchen a little while ago.
Okay, I've had that one.
Okay, I'm going to try a bite.
Yep. Okay. Yes, same as I remember last time. Okay, I got that flavor.
Yeah.
Now, should I rinse?
I would say yes.
Rinse and spit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. I got to switch Twinkie hands.
Go ahead and get your water out and take a drink.
Okay, yep, because we gotta do this
Some
correctly.
sort of weird aftertaste to it. That
Exactly.
I'm not 100% why. Like it sticks in the back of your throat, and it's not like a diet soda or anything.
I'm going to be tasting this one all night. I mean, that was
you did last week too. But it was you were tasting it all night. I don't know what.
Okay, now the Zinger does have coconut on it.
The Zinger does have coconut.
Taking one for the team here.
I've given you the half that has less coconut on it. So take the one closer to you that has lesser coconut, in my opinion.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this is very pink.
And by the way, they're both made by Hostess. Because Hostess does make zingers.
So that was my follow-up. I was going to
bring
that one up too.
Yeah.
We were all over the place. And Lisa wants to know what the hell you were talking about with Mr. Friendlies or Mr.
Oh, it's
is that a thing?
It's Mrs. Freshly's. I saw them last night.
Mrs. Freshly's.
Yeah.
Is that just a Winchester thing?
No,
we were trying to figure out what you were talking about the whole time.
Remember when Hostess went oh my god, I'm banging a plate all over the place.
Remember
when Hostess went out of business for like a year? And everybody freaked out because we can't get
Twinkies
they were
all
anymore.
buying
everything.
So everyone kept buying stuff up.
Yeah, and they bought up all the stock, and then Mrs. of all the Twinkies and cupcakes and all that Hostess stuff. And then Mrs. Freshly's came in, and I think it's not Dolly Madison. Is that another? Okay, it's not Ashley Madison. That's the adult site.
What's
the
Dolly?
Is it Dolly Madison?
I think it is.
I think they rebranded as Mrs. Freshly's.
Okay.
And that's what they are, which is basically
Weird.
They stepped in to try to fill that void of all the Hostess stuff not being there. And then what was it like? Not even 8 months later, Hostess is like, okay, we're back, and we filed for bankruptcy and we went out of business. Now we're restarting and doing.
And they
this
bought
again.
all their stuff back, or did they have to recreate everything
I
from
don't
scratch?
remember.
That's
Oh my
weird.
god, we'd have to look that up. I don't remember.
Where's our fact checker?
Exactly.
Or behind the scenes fact checker.
Joanne in Texas.
Okay.
She's our fact checker.
Is she the fact checker?
I've
Okay,
unofficially
perfect.
made Joanne in Texas our fact checker.
Just by attrition.
Okay, so did you take a bite?
I have not yet.
Okay, we'll try it. What do you think?
Okay. Okay.
Now-
That is a lot less spongy compared to the Twinkie.
But taste-wise, is it close to... Here, I'm taking a bite now.
You do that. No. I don't think this is... okay, if we were going for exactly
No.
to exact, is the cream the same flavor? Is that what we're going with?
No, it's supposed to be the raspberry taste.
I'm not getting the raspberry. I'm getting way too much coconut.
There was a lot of coconut.
Problem.
There was a lot more coconut than I remember.
There was no way to give me a less sided coconut on that.
You put it back on the plate.
You please, yes. That's just giving me
I'll
hives.
Eat it. I don't care.
I'll eat the coke. I'll eat the.
It's giving you hives. Is that what you just
coconut,
said?
I'm telling you. I just
coconut hives.
Ugh. I'm eating the nasty Twinkie just to get the coconut taste out of my mouth. That's how bad. That's how bad coconut is for me. Yeah, I'll eat that chemically treated Twinkie.
I don't know. Maybe the Twinkie doesn't. I don't know. I thought it tasted raspberry. Tastes like the Zinger.
Okay,
but now having it back to back with the Zinger, I'm like, no, it's not. Not
is the Zinger. Are you getting raspberry in the Zinger though? Because the only thing I got was coconut.
I got mainly coconut, but I remember them being more raspberry taste.
Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not the Zingers.
But then again, I didn't cleanse my palate afterwards.
I did, and I didn't.
But but there was a lot of coconut on that. There was a lot of coconut.
Yeah, more than what a coffee cake would have. You know, like because we used to get the coffee cakes at the Giant, and it used to have coconut in it.
The Giant.
At the Giant. I said that right.
At the Giant. Mm-hmm. That's what the sign on the building says. THE Giant. No, it just says referenced. Big G, big I.
G, yes.
Big N, big D. Giant.
Giant. Yes, that's what it is.
We are a shopping center. Giant. Okay, I don't know. I still don't know what the mystery taste of the Twinkie is. I really don't.
No, that's a mystery.
I have no
chemical?
idea. Yeah, what chemical is that? I think we need to go online and look and see what other people
they claim it to
saying.
be. Well, we'll do the research.
No, they haven't revealed it yet. It's still up to people's voting to tell them what they think it is.
And so then they're going to go with that, so they don't even know. Hostess doesn't even know.
We just made up a flavor. You name
flavor.
It.
We just threw a bunch of crap together. What do you think it is?
Let's see what this is.
Yum.
Okay, so that was our revisit back to last week's taste test, but I have a new taste test for this week. We're going to get this out of the way up front.
Oh, well, I had other revisits because we had some
revisits.
Okay, so you mentioned.
I almost got this out of the bag, and you're like,
I am. Well, just hold on.
Okay, quick.
You mentioned the Alien movie stuff.
Yes.
Remember when you said that the kids were like short and they did all that other stuff?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the forced perspective and the kids in the space.
You said it was Ripley that got out of the.
Oh, it wasn't Ripley.
It wasn't Ripley. Ripley was still in the.
Was it Tom Skerritt?
It was Tom Skerritt. And can you get the other one?
Oh my gosh!
You can see him. I know you can see. It's John Hurt,
right? Who was
the woman was Veronica Cartwright.
Yeah.
And and they were in that. You know, the one that goes, "Oh my god, oh my god," and that one. Yes, that one. And number two, the kids were Ripley Scott's kids.
Oh, were Ridley Scott's kids?
They were actually his kids. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Ridley.
Okay.
Ridley, yeah, Ridley.
Ripley is the character.
Ripley is the character. Ridley. Oh, that was kind of close. I wonder if he did that intentionally.
I don't know. Ripley and Ridley.
Yeah, it's kind of close.
Oh, okay.
Right? Anyway.
So I didn't know that was his kids.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right. So that was our throwback.
That's all I got. Yeah.
Okay,
sorry. So it was a quick throwback.
So again, last night when I went in to get the Zingers,
yes,
I went over and looked in the drink area just because there's a drink that's coming out next Monday, I think, or the Monday after that. We're definitely taste testing that when it comes out, but I'm not going to reveal that yet.
Okay.
What that is, but I'm still looking over to see if it was out in stores yet.
Okay.
So this I came across, and it is Fanta.
Oh.
And Fanta has decided to do. This isn't blind. I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay. Cool.
Fanta is doing a cross promotion with Beetlejuice, and they have a haunted apple. Green colored Fanta
and it is definitely
soda.
Green,
and it's got Beetlejuice on it, and it's got the black and white stripes on the label.
Yep, that's pretty good.
And the picture of Beetlejuice, and he's sitting there smiling. And it's a cross promotion with the Beetlejuice movie that comes out September 6th, I believe.
It is. That's in my list. So yeah, we have that on the
cool. So we're gonna do a quick taste test on the Fanta Haunted Apple.
Haunted Apple.
Realize I didn't say the B word 3 times in a row.
That's good. That's good. You shouldn't.
I don't want to jinx us or anything.
Oh, and they're everywhere. That commercial they're just tying into every product. I think I saw an insurance commercial. That was
here. This is yours. You're gonna drink out of the glass. I'm gonna drink out of the bottle.
Perfect.
Is that enough for you? Do you need more?
Oh no, I'm smelling
it's a 20 ounce
this
bottle.
Is plenty. This is definitely enough.
That's enough haunted apple for you.
Oh my goodness, I can smell that one. It's not as bad as Twinkie. I'll give you that.
Okay.
It's not
well, I mean,
Twinkie
I
scented.
love apple
You do
apple martinis and I
well.
I love all that. Maybe I should make some apple teenies out of these. These would be good. But this is also limited time.
Oh, Yes. Oh, good.
Is it really, really apple-y? Hold on. Let me.
No. I'm not getting. Okay. So if it was apple, I'm getting candle apple smell.
Really?
You know, like when you burn a candle and it's
like a
apple
Yankee
scented.
candle.
Yes.
But it's like
yes. That's what I'm getting. I would hate to think that's the same
the
thing.
Smell, yeah, the smell is like a Yankee candle.
Isn't
like
it?
if it was an apple,
if it was the apple version,
yeah,
or
like the fall harvest.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's
it's the fall
it.
harvest candle. That's my wife's favorite candle.
Is it?
We have two of them in every fall. It's like, oh, time for the
time to burn it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to get in the mood.
Let's get our apple.
In the mood. Yeah,
all right, so you drank it yet?
No, I haven't even touched it.
Oh my God, I'm waiting for you because we can't drink at the same time because then we're sitting here silent going.
Everybody loves that noise.
Yeah, I know, right? The slurping of the haunted apple.
Oh my God, it tastes like a candle.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm trying it. You talk.
Oh my goodness, that is not good. And it's and I don't know why I didn't think it was going to be carbonated. It was carbonated, and
well, it's Fanta.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think it was. I don't know why I thought that it wasn't. But when I tried it, it kind of shocked me a little. But I got past that part. What are you getting?
I'm still trying to put my finger on it. It's almost
definitely got candle in my mouth now. It's just whoosh. I think
good. That's the smell combination with the taste.
No, I'm getting it. No,
so you eat a lot of candles, is what you're telling me.
Yes, yes. Well, when we have extra, I just finish them off.
Is this a new episode of my strange? Yes. What's that? So my strange eating disorder, or
my strange habit? I don't know. It's something.
What is that show? You know,
the ones that eat the toilet paper, and
or laundry detergent.
Oh,
like before the Tide Pod. No, before Tide Pods, they would like just take the straight the laundry detergent, the granulated.
It's got to be good for you. It's got to be good for you. I'm sure there's a reason.
I'm sure your stomach could digest that really.
Cleans you right out.
My Strange Addiction is what it was called.
Oh, that was it. That was it. Because it wasn't just eating things.
Or was that on like
was like AMC?
Something like that. I don't. Yeah.
TNT.
Okay, I'm taking another drink to.
Oh, here, you can take mine.
Oh, you don't want any more?
My God, no.
Dave's done with the green haunted apple.
Yeah, that is not a good one. No, I would have to.
So is the haunted part that it's kind of like a sour apple? It's not like a sweet apple.
Oh, right. It's not like apple juice, right? It's more like a Jolly Rancher green apple.
I don't even think it's Jolly. Well, yeah, I guess.
I think that's what they were kind of going for. Was that
has a twinge of the Jolly Rancher apple, but it's not exactly that.
Well, okay, so Fanta makes like 200 flavors, right? They have a lot of flavors.
Yeah.
And the one that I remembered was a yellow one, and I think it was like a pineapple one.
The yellow one's pineapple.
That did not taste well either. That was kind of that same thing.
I got one of those for my kids. That one is also the highest caloried 20-ounce drink you can on the market is the Fanta pineapple. It's something like 310 calories per ounce or something.
Why? What did they do to it? That's just weird. I have to look into that.
Oh, sorry, per serving. It's 300 and like 310 or 320 calories per serving. Like this one we're drinking right now was 260.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and I mean, it's sweet.
It is a little there, yeah.
Oh, I'm taking one more
Whoosh. Drink. Oh my gosh, that is, and it is strong. That is a strong flavor. Whoosh. It's overtaken the Twinkie at this point.
But it is very Halloween-ish feel. So I think they've kind of nailed it with the whole Beetlejuice tie-in.
They might have. And if that's what it is.
Is it apple.
Is it Beetlejuice sweat? Is that what it is?
I guess. hey, I'm sweating over here. Mm-hmm. Hey, that was my horrible Beetlejuice.
Collect this. Collect this for the fans.
Hey, guy. Hey.
Release this to the fans.
Put it out to the fans.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with it.
Sorry, Michael.
We don't do voices.
Sorry, Michael Keaton.
We don't apologize for that.
Was a terrible.
That wasn't even cartoon fake Beetlejuice. That was
right,
because they had the cartoon version, which was pretty good as a show if you've ever seen it.
The Beetlejuice cartoon. Yeah. I think I saw a couple episodes to it, and I enjoyed it.
It's pretty good.
That was funny. All right, so what's happening at your house this week?
Well, speaking of disgusking stuff,
So. Is this toilet related?
We were doing no.
Oh, okay.
We were doing yard work as we always do on the weekends, and again,
you should see their yard.
We had
it is amazing. They do so much yard work.
And unlike the 3 to 4 days in the middle of our broadcast last time, we actually had a full week to collect stories, and I had like 7. I told you about.
He had like 7. I said, "Are they quick?
Down. We got to cut that down.
Cut that down.
Yeah. Nothing's ever quick. Anyway,
otherwise it'll be the now in hour 2 of Pern and Dave Let's Talk.
Part 2. Continue.
We'll get to the end and we'll just do a quick future, like what's coming up in the second hour.
That'll be perfect, right?
Because we'll get to that in movies and TV in a minute. We'll get to something
and then it'll just keep going.
Okay.
So we were outside doing yard work, and Lisa does the rock mulch, right? She does all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so she was putting the rock mulch out from before, but she had stopped doing that. And we had gotten a pallet of rocks to line the sides of the driveway. And they're big rocks. They're pretty big. Guess who has a matching finger now? Just like my thumb.
Same hand?
Different hand, middle finger.
Oh, middle finger. Oh my gosh.
Slammed it between two rocks.
Ouch.
And it started bruising on the underneath already. It's only been a day or two since she did it.
Lisa,
so she's got the crushed finger also.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what it is with that
yours
house.
Looked like a cartoon clown getting smashed in the hand. It swelled up.
It was all like fat and flat. It was flat too, wasn't it? Yeah.
And discolored.
So there was that one. So yeah, and she got that. And so yeah, all the big ass rocks that she was moving around doing that while I was doing other yard work. So we were kind of getting all close.
Sorry, Lise.
Number 2. Okay. And these aren't real or fakes. These are all real.
Oh, okay.
So these are all real. Lyndon, our new puppy, right? He's getting used to the house, all this other good stuff. Yeah, getting used to everything, right? He decided that he noticed that there was something on the counter. It happened that we freeze bread from Costco, and we had taken out a loaf of bread from the freezer, and unbeknownst to the person who did it, who will go unnamed, put it up onto the counter in reach of Lyndon.
Was it you, Dave?
No, it wasn't actually me, because it was happened upon by
it.
Sid, who came home.
Oh no, you just threw her under the bus.
No, it wasn't Sid.
Oh,
Sid was she was at work.
Well, okay, we're not mentioning it. Okay,
right. So she came home and found the bag shredded
on the ground,
all over the ground, and just no bread. All the bread was gone. A whole loaf of bread.
Shit.
And I was like, geez. And we're supposed to be putting weight on this puppy.
Right.
I mean, anyway.
A lot of weight.
So that might have been a little too fast, but it was dead frozen. So I don't know what he did with all that.
Did it expand in his stomach at all?
No, everything was fine. He didn't have any issues. He didn't have any stomach problems at all.
Wow.
This dog's big, but yeah, a whole loaf of bread. And I was just okay, we got to cut back. So we kind of dialed it back on his food a little bit for that evening.
Oh, just a little bit that evening?
Just a little, because he still
you ate a whole loaf of bread and some plastic wrap.
Yes.
Sure, we'll dial you back for that.
And let's stay in the kitchen with this next one. And this was just today. This morning, before work, I was making breakfast. And I thought, you know what? I have some extra eggs in there. I'm just going to hard boil a bunch of eggs, right? Put them on the thing, put them on the burner. I'm dealing with the dogs. I'm coming back. I'm looking, okay, they're not done yet. Go back in, go back out. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. Lost track, went into work.
Forgot you were boiling eggs.
Forgot I boiled eggs. Guess what happens when eggs boil, like overboil, and the water boils out of them?
Well,
go ahead.
What happens to the eggs? They explode.
They explode.
Because you've cooked them too long.
Exploded before I realized what was happening.
Could you hear it?
Yeah, I heard popping, and I thought Lisa was downstairs with the dogs, but she had gone up to change because she goes to work on Tuesdays. So she wasn't even downstairs, and all this popping's going on. I'm like, what the heck is going on out there? I walk outside, egg everywhere, on the ceiling, on the walls, all over the kitchen. And the dogs are just like, what is going on?
We like eggs.
We like eggs. Well, so the weirdest thing was Phil was the only one mopping the floor and cleaning it up. Right. But yeah, the eggs were
Lyndon was full of
everywhere.
Bread, so that was,
that's true.
That was a different day.
That was, but he probably still lingered from that one.
Yeah.
That's
funny.
And I don't know if you know this place in Leesburg, but Kobe. We went to Kobe with the sister-in-law and her husband.
Is that the Japanese steakhouse
type
thing?
It is.
Where they make the food in front of you and then throw it at you. And
catch the fire. And the choo-choo, they do the little
the train, with the oil and the onions and the...
with the volcano. So we went through that. Not exactly the best experience that I had.
Was it your first time there?
It was not. We'd been there before. And
it was
we
fine
hadn't been there. It's been years.
How do you mess up
multiple years since you've been there?
Shrimp and chicken and
agreed, right? I was kind of thinking the same thing.
How do you mess that up?
I think it's quality. To be honest with you, so what happens
their ingredients they bought
with the whole experience, I would say yes.
Okay.
The whole experience mainly was you get a soup, a little salad, and then they cook in front of you. You get the veggies, right? And they kind of drop those in front of you.
The ones he doesn't toss in his hat.
Right, exactly. And the fried rice, they do the little fried rice. And then they do your little entree, your meal. Like if you order chicken, you get the chicken.
Yep.
I had ordered chicken and shrimp, and they had the vegetables with the udon noodles, because they had udon noodles too.
Okay.
So you get fried rice, udon noodles, a handful of veggies.
What if I don't want my noodles udon?
If you don't them, you can get them undun.
I don't want them udon.
Udon.
Don't udon my noodles.
Don't udon.
That sounds disgusting.
Don't even do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there was that. The soup was kind of, I don't know. It almost tasted like they had made it like that day, or that hour. Like, usually you make soup and it sits on thing and it percolates and gets flavor and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Had absolutely no flavor. It was almost like dishwater style of soup. And I don't know. It just didn't taste right.
Was it like that scene in The Bear when he takes the broth out to the table and pours the broth in front of them?
Yeah.
Remember that part?
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
He takes out and I was like, well, from Chef Carmi's mind, here is he pours the broth in front of the customers and he's supposed to leave it, and then he picks the tray up and then just walks back to the kitchen. Doesn't leave it.
It was just like that.
Okay.
And Lisa said, well, I had a Mai Tai, but it really wasn't a Mai Tai. It was kind of And so the quality of the actual food too was kind of a little bit off. So I'd have to say,
what day did you go?
A 5-star experience. It was Saturday.
Oh, that's weird.
And a busy day.
They say don't go to restaurants on Monday because it's just all the food left over from the weekend.
From the
they don't
weekend
get their
run
until Tuesday.
Well,
again.
So that's another thing too. I would have thought on a Saturday in the middle of Leesburg that this place would have been crazy packed, right?
And it wasn't?
It was not.
It's because their food sucks.
I would say that the quality has come down just a little bit.
Maybe it's because their food sucks.
It was edible. I mean, it was okay. But for the money that we paid, kind of like thinking.
For that kind of money, I expect people to ood on my noodles.
They better ood your noodles.
They better ood on my
noodles.
Ood on
your noodles.
They better.
My problem was that I could have gone to Benihana for the same money, got a same kind of experience, and we know the quality of food at a Benihana.
15 minutes further.
It would have been way out there, but yeah, I mean, it's still
Isn't there one in Ashburn?
It's I've got the one in
is that
Dulles Town Center.
Nagoya or whatever.
Is that what that
Ashburn?
one is? Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah,
and I've never been.
I've never been to that one either.
Right.
I think I've only been to those places like twice in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. I enjoy it.
Well, it's
fun,
not a weekly experience on my book either. Yeah. But it's a once in a while thing.
I seriously think I've only been twice in my entire life.
There was a stretch where what we would do on New Year's Eve, we would have a dinner and then go out on Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. So Christmas Day we would go out.
Yeah.
And we would go Benihana because that's one of the only other places that was open.
Well,
so we would do Benihana and it was very good each time we went. And I have no problems with Benihana. And you always got plenty of food. Everything we had was good. And this one was just kind of off. And
yeah. So next time just drive the extra 20, 30
might
minutes.
have to. Yeah. It's just
get the good stuff.
So
it's like driving for the cookie puss. Drive for the good.
You got to get the good one.
Well, they're subs at that place.
That's true too. And I really thought about going out there to get you your sub for your birthday. And it was just that would have been an incredible surprise.
That would have been.
And we would have had to probably broadcast on Friday because you just had to stop and eat your sub. We wouldn't have had time to
or would have ended up in the hospital having a heart attack.
More than likely from having so many subs and so many at time. Because then you just have one like. Oh, that was when I went with Sid to get her in May. Yeah, that's probably too close to having more than one sub. Yeah,
no, I can
August.
I can do 3 months apart.
You could
subs
3 months.
3 months apart. We're
okay, well that's probably good. Yeah,
we'll have to make maybe plan for that. Mario's Pizza House.
Yeah, Mario's.
In
Call
Wilson Boulevard in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, best steak and cheese subs. The Lefty Special. Best.
Yes.
Oh, I can't. Now you got me thinking about it.
I know.
Damn it.
Well,
oh my God.
Like we weren't gonna think about it.
Oh,
it was gonna come up.
I can
eventually.
Taste it. Okay. So did you have any other quick home stories?
That was it. I mean, I do, but I moved them. You told me to pull them.
I didn't.
Because of time. They're small, but we can come back to them.
Just go. Let's go to them.
Oh quick. My God, I don't even have them on.
Okay, never mind. Then we're moving on. All right, we're going to TV and movies.
TV and movies. Exactly.
Movies. I found out there's a website called quotes.net.
Okay.
And you can type in the word or whatever you think the quote is, and it will then go pull up the correct quote and show you from what movie or TV show or literary So books, it will like if there's a quote, so you can do literary, movies, and TV shows, and you can type in what you think it is or close to it, or if you remember the author of the movie or the title of the title, author. Oh my god, if I can speak. Author of the book, title, director of the movie, whatever, things like that. You can type that stuff in and what you think the quote was, and then it'll automatically like, oh no, that's from. Oh, did you do it?
That's kind of cool.
And there's a quote. So I didn't even know about quotes.net.
Quotes.net.
So I thought that was great. Okay, so last week when we recorded, I think was it Furiosa had just come out on Max?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think that's true, yes.
I did watch Furiosa.
Yes.
And I was so highly disappointed with Furiosa. No wonder it did shit at the box office. Because,
really?
And we talked about this on the previous episode, like over the summer, like, oh yeah, I wanted to see it because George Miller, the director, who's 80 some years old, he always uses like, real effects and like it's not all CGI. This whole fucking movie was pretty much CGI, every effect in it. And it was just
that might have been studio.
I'm just, maybe.
Not really producer. It's kind of hard to.
I don't know. I was so disappointed because the last movie he did, the Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
He literally blew
the
up
cars
trucks
were
and
everywhere.
Shit. And it was like, it was like, yes, there was CGI in it, of course, but like, So, but in this, it was like every special effect was CGI. Every explosion, it just looked like,
oh wow,
and I was so disappointed.
Was it cartoony?
And it was very cartoony. And then it was like I've seen this movie before. I mean, it's just them, the trailer or them hauling the truck of gas from Gas Town to Lumber Town to Coal Town, or I mean, all the different towns, whatever.
All the towns,
Mad Max people there, like, Pern, you're an idiot. So and then defending against like the Raiders and stuff, trying to steal the shipment and all that stuff.
Of course, which is the same as the other one.
It's Furiosa. It's her coming up as a little girl and then becoming the driver of the truck with the other guy.
With the group.
It's just it just seemed and it was 2 hours. And I'm just like, I couldn't even have fun with the action. I mean, yes, the action is up paced and it's high action, chases and people, getting killed and shot and blah, 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 and all the stuff, adventure. And it just, I felt flat.
Did you like Fury Road?
I did like Fury Road.
See, I did too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, that's frustrating.
It's very. So when you watch Furiosa, you don't have to put it on your homework list. Just, if you watch it by Christmas or something, we'll get back to it.
We'll get back to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just.
Because there was homework you did give me.
I did give him homework because I then saw on this past Friday the new Kevin Costner Horizon, an American
the one that we
Saga
love
Part
coming
1.
back to for some reason.
We said we retired several episodes back, but now we revisited because it's finally on Max.
It's on the Max.
So I started, and it's 3 hours long, and I'm like, there's
it is
no
3
way
hours
I
long.
can sit through a 3 hour movie.
It was
so I'm going to break this up.
3 hours long, I have to admit.
So I'm going to so I text Dave the next day. I said, hey, I just watched the first half of Horizon Part 1. Can you watch it before we record on Tuesday? Because I wanted to talk about it.
I binged it.
So he binged it. And he actually finished it. He finished it before I got to the second half. And then he said to me some comment like, I haven't seen the end yet.
I didn't know.
So,
totally.
And it's not a spoiler at all by any means.
It's not a spoiler in that sense.
It was just that's how it ends. So that's where you know when the movie's ending because, it's part 1. There's supposed to be 4 of these.
Yes.
Okay, so Dave, what did you think about it?
Okay. It is done very nicely as far as a Indian documentary or Native American documentary and different things that happened and how we pretty much steamrolled over the area.
Yeah, just headed west. And was like, we're taking all the land your land.
Everything
and
was a disaster and a mess. And I understand that. It was done though. It seemed like I was watching a telenovela.
Oh, or
because
like
of the way
series,
all the
like
but it was the way the drama was pulling out, and this person was having eyes for that person, and then that played out. Even though the storyline was,
don't spoil it.
I'm just bringing this up.
Ooh, I just had some more haunted apple. I just took a drink of haunted apple.
Oh, I can smell that you had it. Oh,
seriously,
God.
that is some
Beetlejuice.
So
wrong,
man. Okay, sorry. Back to Horizon.
Okay,
sorry.
yes. I mean, the storyline is kind of following 3 different tracks to it.
Yeah. That I'm sure are all going to come to a point at
Well,
horizon.
they're all pretty much overlapping, right?
They're starting to overlap.
And they're all about that being the thing. I mean, there really wasn't a town called Horizon, really. It was more about the.
Well, yeah, there is.
Is it though?
That's not on the town. On the flyer, isn't it?
The
called
flyer.
Horizon? It says get your 150 acres. Come
150,000 acres is what it was,
or something.
That is out there on the horizon. Is kind of what that was saying. It's a metaphor of saying if you come out here, you can find your own horizon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And they showed.
Right.
So you didn't see the end of it.
No, I finished it. I finished it this afternoon.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes, I'm ready to talk about it.
So there, Ribisky, what is it?
Giovanni.
Yeah. He was at the end of it, right? He's the one printing the flyers.
And he's like in the a title credit,
yes, and he had like 3 minutes in the
Giovanni
damn thing
Ribisi,
at the end,
and he's in the
where
very end.
And he didn't say a damn thing. He
because
looked
he's
at
going
a
to be in
flyer.
the next part.
Oh, I would say, but then why did he get any credits for this thing? Though?
Right, it should
have said featuring or with, at the
right, and he was like right up there after like Sienna Miller or something, and I'm just like,
and I was like, well, where the hell is he? Because I was looking for him, and I was like, okay, well, no, and then at the very, very end, the last 3 minutes, you get a picture of him looking out a window, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, okay.
That's where it's going. That's where it's going to next.
But then it was a flash of all the stuff it's going to be in part 2 through 5, I guess, because they basically ran a trailer.
All the parts are just for the next one.
I'm guessing. Okay, well, let's say that it is just the next one.
Because it's 4 parts.
Well, that's disgusting. I just picked a piece of coconut out of my teeth.
Oh
God.
Ew. Oh, that's me slamming a plate on a table. Ew.
Plate smash. Anyway, it seemed like it was the trailer in the movie. Like, how they did.
But they segued you into it really quick and easy, though. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm watching the trailer for the next movie.
Right. Because the Back to the Future stuff, how they went dun da da, and then next
and
on
Back
such
to
and
the
such,
Future
continuing. And then they went into that.
to be continued.
It was definitely separate. This seemed like I was getting ready to watch the rest of the movie. And I was like, wait, what is that? No, we jumped and no. Oh, this is like a trailer.
Yeah.
But it
takes a second to because the cuts get really quick.
Yes.
Like a movie trailer. And you're like, wait, what's the,
wait.
Oh, this is coming up. This is what's coming up. Okay. Kevin Costner shoots
no
more
indication
people.
whatsoever.
Kevin Costner shoots more people.
Or it should have been like a fade to black and then that, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was almost as if,
but it literally cut you right into it.
And then boom, we're going right into it. Now it's like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I thought I had an extra 5 minutes because 3 hours wasn't long enough. I needed more.
You're like, wait, I needed more of it.
But yeah, there was a lot of, I don't know, a little bit of drama, too much drama and less about the actual storylines. I guess. I don't know. It seemed like the storylines were just the drama. Like he was doing Yellowstone,
which I never watched.
One of those lines.
I never watched Yellowstone.
Which was basically, think of it as a series, right?
Well, yeah.
And each storyline was a series that you had to get through. But they were jumping all over the place. Like it was like, okay, well, where are we? Oh, we're here. Oh, no, wait, and we're following and the movie, the trailer, the one that I watched was, online. They didn't translate the speaking of the Native Americans. So I was completely out of the dark. I had no idea what they were talking about.
Oh, they didn't even have it dubbed or anything in English?
Nothing.
So like no subtitles up on the screen when they're talking?
Nothing. So I couldn't even read.
We know
and I would have liked to have known, but I had no idea. And there was like sections where it was like 5 or 10 minutes of them just having conversations in huddles, and little powwows and stuff.
Yeah.
And nothing. I had no idea what they were talking about. I had to assume basically.
Okay.
By facial features.
Right.
And then at one point they started talking English. Like I think the boy and the grandfather were talking there at the end.
Oh yeah, yeah. When he's talking
wait,
to
what
him
just
about
happened?
Yeah.
I said, wait, I can understand that.
No, because
do I know Indian now?
Well, you weren't. Well, you obviously weren't paying attention because I think his line is that he is like a father to him because he never judged him or criticized him for speaking English, and then he starts speaking English, and then that's the grandfather, or well, it's not his grandfather, it's just his now dad because his parents were killed.
All right,
and, who's caring for him. He's like the chief of the tribe or whatever it is.
So
and he speaks
point,
English back
to him. That was the one who
nod.
Got. I thought that was okay. So I don't want to give anything away, but
well, I think we're already spoiling the fuck out of it.
Was it okay? Cool.
Okay, here's let me back up to my start.
Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
I was like, and I've said this many times before. I am a dialogue driven like drama type person.
Okay.
If it's just dialogue driven drama, I love that. And I was sitting and watching this, and the fact that Kevin Costner isn't even in it until like the 45-minute mark or something like that.
Yeah, because I was wondering again, looking for who the work.
Dave sends me a text. He goes, "I can't follow who the lead character is because you expect
we were getting so many character developments
of all this other stuff, and like Kevin Costner's the lead. He directed the fucking movie. Whatever." It was, so there was that. Kevin Costner's not even in it until 45 minutes into it, but they start telling you the different stories of how these people eventually are going to come together in Wild West times. I'm not really a Western person, and I was enjoying it. It didn't seem too, I don't know what the word is. I don't know, like history lesson-y, but it's like, because it's not factual. I mean, they wrote the script, but it's about that time of the settlers moving west and forcing the Native Americans out of their land,
right?
And it covers these different stories of people heading that direction and moving that direction,
right?
I really enjoyed it. I was having fun with it, and when it got to that end part, even though you told me it goes into like it being a trailer,
spoiler. I should have spoiler.
I got excited because I was ready to watch part 2.
You were
right then. Like
the trailer.
Part 2 was already supposed to be out by now. It was supposed to come out last week, and then they canceled the release of it.
Oh, so the theaters, yes,
yeah, and then they're showing it at the Venice Film Festival, and then I don't know what the
we should go to Venice.
We should to go see part 2 because I was excited. It got to the point, and I'm like, oh, this is the stuff coming up in part 2. Okay, I'm excited to see where these characters are going because the characters are done so well.
It was like all over the place, though. First, we're following the gravy or the wagon train. Then we're following the kidnapped baby. Then we're following the soldiers. And I was just like, oh my God, where are we? It would have been better if it was one story all the way through, and then the next part told the overlap, right?
Oh, like cross.
I would have liked
the end
that.
Of part 1.
Yes, where part 1 was, here's this
is how,
and this is
handing
the
off of
visual
where
from this side. It seemed like they were doing the visuals from all angles.
Yeah,
and it made it a little difficult to follow. I did follow it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
But at the very beginning, it was like, okay, now we're at a different territory because we went in from Oklahoma to Wyoming to Montana, then back to Wyoming, and I was just like, well, where are we now?
Yeah,
and it's not the same. That's what makes me think it's not the same town because we were in different territories. The one they
started with.
Well, they had the crosses, right? So they had the crosses.
Yes, the 3.
So they were following that. But that being said, there was never a city there. Because the guy,
they were just coming in and settling that land.
And then he was measuring everything out.
You're dead. Yeah,
he was measuring everything out,
staking it out,
and then everything was just tents. So that really wasn't a town either. But then
that's how you start to build a town
with tents. Is that a
tents?
Tents. You start with tents.
It's called Tent Town.
It starts with Tent Town. Okay, perfect. I got to write that down. Let me put that in my notes.
So I liked it. I'm excited to see part 2. And honestly, in the first 15 minutes of it, when it started, I was like, I'm kind of regretting not being able to see this on a big screen in a theater because it looks beautiful.
Oh, because of the backgrounds.
And now I'm going to go out on a limb right now and call it in August that it should get an Oscar nomination.
Oh, it will. You know what it'll get?
At least for cinematography.
Artistic ones.
Yes. The costumes, have you noticed that they're all dirtied and ruffled up and not like super clean like in Killers of the Flower Moon? Right? Yeah.
They're all all of a little tattered.
Everybody's dirty, like they're peeing in a trench that goes down a hill, and things that it was like it's the realistic Wildy Westness, things to it,
right?
And
nothing was like completely clean, but
it also it feels like an old Western movie or TV show.
Right.
It doesn't feel like like I said, history lesson-y ish. Like we're teaching about how the settlers moved across the country, and
and the different side characters too, the merchants and the bartenders and all the other stuff. They were all playing their part. Like,
oh my God,
it was all up in that. I mean, it seemed like there was a lot to follow.
I have to say, Michael Rooker as the sergeant.
Yes,
this is the role Michael Rooker was born for.
He was an Irish sergeant.
He's an Irish sergeant in the military. I
saw him and I was like, hey, that's
right. It's that guy. It's right. It's the guy. It's Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker.
Yes.
Who is his everything I've ever seen Michael Rooker in. it's his voice. He just doesn't seem to be in the right place in that scene. He's like, I mean, it just, I don't know what it is. And then like in this, he pops up and he has like, this big gray beard and this old, and then he speaks with the Irish accent. And I'm just like, this is the role he was born to play. So I really,
and that was another one. That was a whole nother side backstory kind of scenario where he had lost his daughter and then
and then like and with the whole I know right, so it was
there was a lot
enjoying
to unpack
it
there.
I like it,
lot to unpack, but yes,
I do like it.
There was a lot of storylines that now are wide open. So you almost have to do
and
it 5.
It's 4 parts. So we know. Are you thinking
it's
going
to
go
4
5?
or 5?
I thought it was 4. I thought it was 4 parts.
4. Okay,
we
go
can
with
go
4.
fact check it.
No, let's not.
And see. Anyway, I'm excited.
So you're going to see it in the theater when it comes part 2?
Oh my gosh, I might be tempted but I don't know if they'll do a theater release now. They might just take it direct to stream and try to keep building the audience. But now, oh my gosh, get the 108. Yeah,
right. It's the only way to watch it. We're just buying this for Horizon. Can we return it next week when we finally get Horizon 2?
Well, Costco does no question returns.
Oh, that's true. Save the box.
Absolutely. Pop it in, watch it, put it back in the box, take it in. Yeah, that was just too big for my living room. I just couldn't.
It worked for a while, but then
something. I don't know. You might want to check it. I think it tipped over once. It
could have. I threw a Beetlejuice Fanta at it.
Right. I almost said grape. A haunted apple. Anyway, so if you're thinking about watching Horizon, I highly recommend it. I give it 2 thumbs up. It wasn't horribly
bad, and it was definitely understand it's 3 hours.
Yeah,
and you
if
could
you need
do
to break it up like I did,
what
I did, because right about the hour and a half mark, there's a perfect spot, and I pause it and look, I'm like, oh, I'm an hour and a half in. All right,
it would have been good,
and
to put
it was moving that well for me too. Like the story keeps moving with the different things.
It did.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
ready for part 2
because it was so damn long.
I'm ready. And I normally don't like long movies either, but okay. Yeah. Did you see that Netflix this week announced its Christmas movie lineup?
I did not see that.
Okay, so Netflix announced its holiday movies that are Netflix-made movies that will come out, I guess, in the different vein to like, the Hallmark Channel, which it's like, 24/7, Christmas movies, from, June all the way through Christmas night or something.
Right.
And all of those, I've joked for years with the Hallmark movies with my wife, because she loves just putting them on, and like it's the same movie every time, just different situation.
How are they going to fall in love?
Yeah, and I started joking years ago. I said, "Oh, don't tell." Like I would walk out of the room before it was over. I was like, "Oh, don't tell me how it ends." Oh, wait, let me one guess. They kiss and they fall in love.
Oh my gosh! Or they save Santa?
Yeah,
they save Santa?
Or they no. It's always they kiss and fall in love. Oh, always.
Oh, and those are the Hallmark
and fall
ones?
in love. That's the Hallmark movies.
Well, that's always a nice feel good.
So don't tell me how it ends.
Don't tell me.
Let me guess.
Happy.
Let me guess. They kiss and they fall in love.
Very nice.
So Netflix has their holiday movies out, which sound a little bit more holiday movie, not Hallmarky holiday movie.
Okay. Yeah.
I made up a 2 real and 1 fake edition.
You didn't.
For you.
Oh, geez, I'm not going to get any.
Now it's only one grouping, so because like they.
You didn't go to town on this. You just.
I ran out of time. I've been so busy this week.
I get that.
The fact that I did a 2 real and 1 fake
is probably pretty.
Come
good.
on,
yeah,
come on.
That's actually. I'll give you credit.
Merry Christmas.
It's a
and it is a Christmas one.
It's perfect, and way before, and about the time when they release Christmas in the stores. So yes.
Okay. Are you ready for the first one? Is
okay.
Hot Frosty. 2 years after losing her husband, Kathy magically brings a snowman to life. The snowman helps Kathy laugh, feel, and live again. And as the two fall for each other, just in time for the holidays or before he melts.
Oh, Jesus.
So the two fall in love.
He melts
He comes to life and he helps her. Yeah. And then
what is this, Jack Frost?
So guess who stars in it? Guess who the female lead is that falls in love with the snowman?
Female lead.
Think hot. If you know Hallmark Christmas movies, do you know any? There's 2 that are like the queens of the Hallmark Christmas movies. One of them's married to a hockey player.
I'm not as familiar with.
She was on Full House. Cameron Candace Bure. Anyway, but the other one is Lacey Chabert, who used to be on Party of 5.
Okay, right.
So Lacey Chabert is supposed to be the star of Hot Frosty.
Okay.
Where she brings Hot Frosty.
Lovely.
Okay. This one. Gingerbread Men.
Okay.
A single woman in Chicago, Stephanie, runs a successful bakery. After a revolving door of failed relationships and holiday after holiday of being alone, she decides to create her own special perfect man gingerbread man
cookie. She's baking him.
The only problem is when men start eating the cookies, they become instantly attracted to her and she can't keep them away. So it's kind of like a love potion number 9, but she makes it out of a gingerbread.
Right.
So this is supposed to be starring Amy Schumer as Steph.
Of course.
I could totally see her in that. And Chris Evans, Titus Burgess, and Audrey Plaza.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a cast.
Okay, so this is the third one. Our Little Secret.
Okay.
2 resentful exes are forced to spend Christmas under the same roof, only after discovering that their partners are siblings. And this is supposed to be starring Lindsay Lohan, Kristen Chenoweth, John Radinsky, I don't know who that is, and Tim Meadows. Remember Tim Meadows, the ladies' man from Saturday Night Live?
Isn't Radinsky the Office?
Who's John? No, that's John Krasinski. This is John Radinsky.
That is so off. But okay, he's the poor man.
Sorry, that sounds made up to me. So anyway, that was the third one.
He's poor man's Krasinski.
Exactly. Poor man's Krasinski.
Okay, so it's I got
2 are real, 1 is fake.
Okay, I got the Hot Frosty, frozen man brought back to life.
Snowman,
before he melts. The gingerbread men. Where she makes cookies and they all fall in love, and the sibling love. I'm gonna go with the gingerbread man as the fake.
That's the fake one. I wrote that one. Damn you!
You even had stars.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, he's giving it away. Because the first one, I was like, he's giving it away. He's giving me the stars. Okay,
the
perfect.
First one had Lacey Chabert. She's a C-list star.
No, but I mean, when I do them, I don't do anything like that because it gives it away that it's actually real.
What is?
If I gave like, and it's starring such and such from Sharknado. Or,
but I did that for all 3 of them.
I know, and that's what I was like, oh crap, he threw that. Because I was waiting for the third one to not have stars. And I was gotcha. It's the third one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you did your homework well. Very well, yes. Man. No, I was, that was a toss-up. I had absolutely no idea.
Wow. Okay. Man, I thought I was going to get you with Gingerbread Men. Starring Amy Schumer.
A good concept. Very good concept, too.
So other good TV returning news, which is not fake, Ted Lasso Season 4.
I did see this.
Got leaked. I don't know if it was announced or they said they still have to make the deals with the actors. But like
I saw
the writers and producers and stuff are ready to go. And it's always been up to Jason Sudeikis, who plays Ted Lasso. It was his show.
Right.
And at the end of season 3, he said, we got to make this show we wanted to make and tell the story we wanted to tell. No. And so everyone was like, oh, so Ted Lasso's over. Because they wanted to do it in 3 seasons and they did it. And I mean, of course, there's such a huge, fan following of the show that it was up to him, and he came back and I guess said, yeah, let's go for season 4. He goes, but just reminding everybody, 3 seasons was our
so
what
this
it meant
is
to be.
just
So this is all bonus from here. So if it sucks, sorry.
Hey, now we're just getting the paycheck if that's what you want to feel. But I'm sure he won't. But if he's going to do it, I don't think he's going to.
Well, I don't know if the entire cast is coming back too, because they said they were still getting cast lined up. So it depends who comes back with the cast, because that was so great that how all of them worked together and and all of that stuff. So anyway, so that was exciting. So they said they should start shooting starting in early 2025.
Oh, okay.
Early next year, they should hopefully start shooting Ted Lasso season 4, which means we won't see it till 2026.
Right.
At the earliest.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, that's okay.
Did you know that Netflix is making a Stranger Things animated series?
Oh, really?
Did we talk about this at one point? I don't remember. I know we talked about the Terminator one. That comes out later this week, actually.
Thursday. Yeah, I'm ready. I got it on my alarm. So I'm ready.
You have it on your alarm.
My calendar alarm.
He's an anime freak. He loves anime. And
So that one.
So Stranger Things, an animated series. It's already in production. And they did concept art from the first cuts or whatever. The first concept art. God, if I could speak, I don't know what's going on with me. It's the sugar. I'm telling you, it's the haunted apple.
It's haunting you.
And
you're getting
Zinger
Beetlejuice
has totally
lips.
now smashed me all of a sudden because Anyway, the first concept art was shown at a private Netflix event.
Wow.
The Duffer Brothers, who did Stranger Things, they're executive producers on the show, and the release date is supposed to be sometime in 2030.
Okay, well, cool.
Just kidding. It's not 2030.
It won't be 2030.
That you made that sound like that was realistic.
I did, didn't I? I pulled that in.
I thought 2030. I thought 2030 was being sarcastic because how every show that goes into like
always
a series
seems
like
to
this,
take forever.
and we're waiting.
Get it out.
We're waiting.
Animation
8
isn't going to be
years
easy.
for Stranger
so
Things.
yeah, I mean, look at how we had to wait for all the other ones.
Yeah, I guess
It does happen.
Speaking of 28 years later, oh yeah, that's the new, the 28 days later, the zombie movie.
Yes.
And then they had 21 or 28 weeks later or something.
28 days
Well, now it's
ago.
Or now it's 28 years later or 27 years
it
later.
is. So
but
now
Cillian Murphy's in it.
He is?
They actually just wrapped shooting on it this past week. And yeah, so he's in it, and after his big Oppenheimer, I mean, maybe he may have already been contracted to do it beforehand. But because Danny Boyle wrote and directed the original,
right?
And then he's now back and wrote and he's directing this one. So I think that's why Cillian Murphy's like, oh yeah, we go back. And Danny Boyle, such an amazing director. If you've never checked out Danny Boyle stuff, specifically look for his movies. They're just so good, so good.
Cool.
Oh, and the date for the release on that is set for 2025 for next year. So,
is that real?
So yeah, 28 years. 28 years. These are all reals. We're done with the two.
Real. Okay,
it was only the holiday ones that I was.
She threw that date out there though for the animation.
Oh yeah, so just for the everybody. Inside Out 2 is now video on demand.
Yeah.
After its huge box office
Massive.
summer take, which I think saved Hollywood's ass.
We should see
a lot of it.
New IP in Disney parks soon.
You would hope.
I have a feeling it's all going to pop out. Yeah.
So it's out on video on demand to rent and purchase, which means it should be on Disney Plus around the end of September or 1st of October. So in about a month.
Okay.
So because that's how it usually follows. So
okay.
We'll keep you updated on the exact date as it comes in.
Oh, always. Entertainment news.
And we're still in entertainment news. Oh, did you hear? That Justin and Hailey Bieber had their baby.
Oh, thank goodness. I was waiting.
It was a baby boy, Jack Blues Bieber.
See, now you could have done a 2 real, 1 fake on the name of Justin Bieber's baby because I no way I was going to come up with that one.
Damn it. Oh, I didn't even think that.
For later, next time, next baby.
Anyway, well, good for Justin and Hailey Bieber.
There you go.
They've got a little boy. Maybe Justin will start settling down now. I mean, they've been married since 2018.
Yeah, I think he's
started. Yeah, 2018. So
he's settled into fatherhood. So that's good.
Oh my gosh, we didn't talk Big Brother last week.
No, we didn't.
What happened last week? Who got evicted last week? I don't even remember at this point.
Are you testing me? Is that what you're testing?
I am. Who got evicted last week on Big Brother?
Oh, she has the black hair. I want to say Brianna.
No, it did start with the B though. Brooklyn.
Becky.
Brooklyn,
okay.
The Texas mom.
Yes, she was one of the Pentaveret or whatever the 5 were.
Yes, exactly.
The 5, because he was putting them all up. And dumbass won HOH and also the veto.
Tucker,
and vetoed Quinn, right?
Yeah, and
put him up and then vetoed him right out. So it's like, why bother?
I don't know. It's like because they do something.
Whatever.
So.
Well, he wins all the time, so it wasn't like it would be any stretch of imagination that he was going to win it.
Yeah.
And then they did so what was with the challenge? That stupid ass challenge threw me. I was like, what am I seeing?
No, which one are we talking about?
Yeah, the one where all the words were shooting across the screen and they had to match up. So what happened is
that was the AI arena.
Yeah.
And then the pictures, and they couldn't get elephant Christmas party.
Yes, they had like underwater super elephant.
Something.
And I was like, what the hell? You can't read that backwards because they were all
I know. They were all the second one. Yeah, they were all stuck on it. We were saying the same thing. My kids were even like, it's underwater elephant.
I think what she did was she finally was just throwing them up there and hitting the button to eliminate.
And
that's why she got it because no one was getting it right.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, how do you not just read the word backwards?
Right, but then they literally put the other two without any kind of mix up or anything like that.
Well, they were doing like diagonal but space.
Yeah, and it was
moving
through. But then at the end, like near the end, they literally here it is. Jesus Christ, please finish this. We need to finish this.
Yeah, we're on a time.
It seemed like they were listening.
It was like watching 3 idiots. Yeah, like how can none of the 3 of you read that one word backwards or piece together part of it to make it. Oh my God.
That's when you throw something at the 100-inch screen. I mean, I was just getting so frustrated. Like, okay, fast forward. Who cares?
As long as it's in the first month, Costco.
That's true.
They'll
take it all back. Yeah, I got Big Brother angry.
My screen just cracked one day.
I don't know what happened. Sir, there's a shoe. No, it's not my shoe. It came with that.
Are you a size 11, sir?
No, that must be my wife's. I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
Exactly. Anyway, so who won the HOH then, real quick?
It was Tucker who won HOH. And then he also won the veto.
No. Now, after the elimination, because then Brooklyn got voted out.
Right.
Right. So she's done.
Yeah. And then they have the interview, right?
Yeah.
And then that's on Sunday, right? I don't watch the Sunday. I only do the Thursdays.
No. That's all on the Thursday one. But
is it?
Oh yeah. You haven't. Oh right. You haven't seen the Sunday, right? So you don't know who.
I only do Thursdays. I don't know who the new HOH is because I see that in the update.
I got you.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do we know?
We do know, and I cannot remember to save my life, and I just watched it last night or the night before last.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And that's they do another challenge, right, to get HOH?
Yes, there's another HOH challenge, and it's a question one where they have to it's like so if you don't get the question true or false right, you get kicked out, and then it goes down from there.
Okay.
And it's T-Core. T-Core got HOH.
T-Core, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, I like T-Core.
Oh, perfect.
So, we'll see what she does and goes from there.
Yeah, well.
And I don't know who won the veto yet, but we'll know by next week.
Please put up Tucker.
Okay. Yes, please put up Tucker.
He's just going to win in the AI arena.
Tucker.
He's just going to be in the AI arena.
And then he goes, I'll just go win them all like I always
won't matter.
do. I'm like,
right, exactly.
Bit cocky.
What they need to do is make the damn game less physical and more challenging.
Well, they do. They do have comps that are mental.
Except the one where he's hanging off a wall. That one where it's just brute strength.
Yeah, brute strength and that too.
Yeah,
which we all knew Angela was going to fall first.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I think we called that.
It wasn't even 3 minutes.
You showed it to me, and I was like, yeah, it's Angela. Yeah, she's going to go.
Anyway, so did you see the big news in the NFL yesterday?
So we're transitioning because I still had the releases from September. So September was we're releasing in September the Penguin one, the new spinoff from the Batman.
Oh, that's on HBO Max, right?
Yeah, I think it is, but they didn't put a date. But they did say it was going to be in September. So I think it's going to be in lieu of something else being released, I guess. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. And then, of course, we've got Beetlejuice on September 6th, which we're really looking forward to.
And I just took another drink of the
Oh, of course. That's perfect. And you said that while you were drinking. That's amazing. You're like a mime. Well, who does that? No, mimes don't talk. Sorry. Ventriloquist. Why did I say mime? I have mimes on my head. That's weird. I have mimes on my head.
Okay, after Beetlejuice.
And the next week would be, so this was a weird one. I don't know if you know this, but Smith put out one.
Will Smith?
No. It's called the 4:30 movie.
Oh, Kevin Smith. Yeah. I sent you the trailer on that.
I didn't see it. No, what?
Yes,
Are you
we
on crack?
Did we? I swear we watched it.
I don't remember
because you said it didn't come through right, and then we watched it sitting here and whatever.
We watched that one.
Anyway, the 4:30 movie.
It
takes place in 1980. I don't know.
Yeah,
takes place in 1985, and it's basically loosely on Kevin Smith's him at that age,
right?
That he gets up enough nerve to finally call this girl and ask her out, and they go to the 4:30 movie,
right? And they basically are hopping theaters to stay in the theater all day supposedly, and it's
it's loosely based on Kevin Smith's
right.
And
all the
Clerks
stars,
was his first
every single one of them are in it. I saw a bunch of different ones, and the list was just the same people who are in all of his Clerks, and
right?
So he just basically has them on that. But on that same week, there's one called now this one was funny. I watched the trailer for this, and I did not believe that this was what the movie was about.
Okay,
it's called Uglies. Now I did not know that was the name of the movie when I started watching the trailer, because I saw a little snippet of it and I was like, well, what is that about? And I clicked on the thing that said, watch the trailer. So I'm watching the trailer. And I didn't know the end of the thing was called Uglies. The storyline is once you reach 16 years of age, and this is in like a post-apocalyptic utopia kind of scenario.
Thanks for setting that up.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was thinking it was in someone's living room.
Once you reach 16 years old, they take you to a conversion center, and they make you pretty. Like they change you, and they give
if
you,
needed.
No,
or
for everyone who turns 16, they get basically Botox and whatever.
They all get it, so
everyone gets it, so they all look the same. They all look pretty, like they're all supermodels.
Oh, okay.
So this whole group is of supermodels, and then there's this whole group of people who are like, well, we don't want to be us, and those were the uglies, I guess. Gotcha. And there's a whole different movement, and there's a whole revolution. I didn't recognize anybody. They were all super younger ones because it was 16 and under and 16, 17 year olds.
Right. They're younger.
So I had no idea who they were. Right. But everybody was pretty in it. And then everybody who was an ugly was also still pretty. So it was like, okay, wait, what are we going for here?
Barbie movie.
Yeah. No one was, it was very funny. Everybody was pretty. And I was just like, well, wait, where are we going with this? Like, how is someone supposed to come watch us and go, oh yeah, I can relate to that. I'm as ugly as that person is. Right. Yeah.
Keep me pretty.
Yeah, no one was.
Okay. What's the next one?
And then after that, I gave up because I had no idea what any of them were. Mm-hmm. The names were just off base. I had no clue what any of them were. And none of them were mainstream movies that I even would think about.
Okay.
And what about your horror movie? Isn't that coming up?
Terrifier is October 11th in theaters. Terrifier 3.
Terrifier 3. So I'll have to put that
theaters,
in the October releases.
October 11th.
At the end of September. So,
absolutely.
So we'll be ready for that one.
Yep.
And that's really all I really had. I didn't have much.
Oh, okay.
So that was a quick one.
Okay, cool. Did you see the big NFL news yesterday or with the Dallas Cowboys?
I am not even watching it, but you did get a Dallas Cowboy update.
CeeDee Lamb signed his contract. He had been holding out because he was still like on his rookie contract.
Okay.
And he was holding out for a new deal with the Cowboys. And they paid him yesterday.
Oh, so he waits till the end of the preseason, so he has no game play
and training camp
at all.
No, yes. They still train. They just don't train with the team.
Well, he didn't. They'll do
it
privately, right? He didn't play in any of real games against other teams.
No, he didn't get any preseason games.
So okay.
So anyway. It's what football players do. They all the big ones hold out and like, I'm not going to training camp until I get paid.
There is a thing called timing where they have to actually throw with people that they in real scenarios.
Well, that's true. But he's had Dak throwing to him for the past however many years. I'm sure it's.
Are they going with him? Where's Dak then?
What do you mean? No, CeeDee Lamb's the receiver.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good job, Dave.
I am way off.
Dave likes sports. Dave likes sports.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
So in football news, did you hear that CeeDee Lamb signed
the wide receiver?
Yes.
We're going to pull it out. We're going to cut that, right? We're going to cut that.
Anyway, he signed a $136 million deal. 36 of it was guaranteed money signing bonus.
Okay.
So he's making like $25 million a season. He's now I think the number 2 paid wide receiver in the NFL.
Wow. Cool.
Good for you, CeeDee Lamb. He's
get your money.
Proven, he's been a go-to target for Dak, and
right.
But now they're saying with Dak Prescott, like, because he's in the final year of his deal, and like, how much do we pay Dak? How much how much is he going to be?
Still a cap. Right?
Honestly, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
we don't talk politics. We don't talk religion. We probably shouldn't talk favorite sports teams. Oh, we already talk about the Caps though all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a Cowboys fan. Hate if you want to hate. I don't care.
Lean, so it's
fine. Exactly. Like if you like, hate if you hate.
Whatever.
I don't care.
Like them.
I think Dak Prescott is just a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback.
Okay.
I don't think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He is getting it done, though. I mean, they did finish 12-5.
That last playoff game they got eliminated in last season, after the post-game interview, he comes out and he goes, yeah, I just didn't really play that well today. And I'm like, what? You're the leader of this fucking team. Are you serious?
Yeah, you're the linchpin, bud.
The $1 billion Dallas Cowboys.
You touched the ball every offensive play.
Yeah, you had nobody. You're telling me, there were no coaches around telling you, hey, Dak, maybe you should try this instead, or that's not working.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not what coaches are for, right?
No,
but he comes. So post game interview, he was like, I just didn't have a good game today.
So you think they're going to give him one more and say, okay, well, let's figure this out?
I really have no idea.
So do they have anyone in the back? Who's their backup?
Oh, to Dak? Oh, I can't remember what his name was. I was going to look at the depth chart, but I just started getting back in football.
No, that's all.
It starts next week.
We can do that next week.
Let's do quick thoughts on, and then at the end we'll make a Super Bowl prediction.
Right. Because I have the list of teams that have not ever won a Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
And we'll see if any of our picks actually overlap to that.
Okay. So NFC
East.
I don't even. No, just go conference.
That's fine. That's good.
I think the Lions are still.
I'm liking Lions,
good contender,
and I still think the Eagles have a little bit in them. These are teams that really didn't leave. Like they didn't change too much.
No, yeah,
right.
And they still, Well, Kelsey's not on the Eagles anymore.
He was a center. I kind of have to say,
he retire?
Linemen. Yeah, he retired. But
okay.
I mean, linemen are expendable because they overlap them all the time because they're constantly getting injured. Like they're pushing and pulling all the time, so they're pulling legs and knees and fingers and everything. So they're swapping them out all the time. Linemen are kind of in that role where they're workhorses. So it's kind of hard for them to say you can't swap one out with another.
Yeah.
So having Kelsey leave isn't exactly like having Dak leave.
Right. You're not. Yeah. The guy moves
just
the ball
all of a sudden. Yeah. Right.
The Cowboys. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, but do they make the playoffs? Yes, I would hope. Are they going to? Who knows? The NFC East, last season got really good. And where previous years there wasn't a good team. No, didn't the Giants and the Eagles both do well?
No, the Giants were 6-11.
What?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Well, fuck me.
They were 6-11.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to sports.
Yes, there we go.
We're going,
I think you were thinking of last year because last year was
the year before that.
Yeah, the that's what 2022.
I must be because
was obviously when it seemed like NFC East was going to win everything, and the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
They were fighting
lost
in
to the
that
Chiefs.
one division. So so
I don't know. Do you think the Chiefs go back again? For the AFC?
For the AFC, I think it's going to be really tough. I think everyone's going to have their number. I think if you have them on your schedule, you're doing everything to beat them.
Yeah.
You're throwing everything at the wall. You're making sure that they do not walk out with a win if they come into your house. And if you go to theirs, you want to spoil it.
Listen to you talk.
Well, I'm just saying the Super Bowl again.
They've
done their thing, right? They've done their thing. So I have a feeling that they've got a target on their back. As with you go into a game, the opponent has always got a target on their back, but some of them are just
Well, who else in the AFC is because Pittsburgh's still turning around, right?
I would agree with that. But I think you got the Jaguars are looking better. They made some great trades to get
Jacksonville
stuff up.
They
and
went
you've
like 3-0 in
got
preseason, I think.
Well, you've got. I don't know if this is even a thing. You got the Jets with Aaron Rodgers now.
Aaron Rodgers.
Finally healthy again, I guess.
Getting to play for the Jets.
But
because last summer's Hard Knocks on HBO was with the Jets, and every episode was nothing but Aaron Rodgers for the full fucking hour.
He's gonna just
and then he starts the season, and on the third play,
swiped him out.
Yeah, his Achilles or something, tore his Achilles, and it's like, you're out for the season.
You're out, done. And the Jets showed it was 7-10. But I think the Bills and the Dolphins had a really competitive
I think the
Dolphins,
teams.
So I would almost have to say the Bills, to be honest with you.
Really?
If I was picking an AFC team, I might say the Bills.
So you're picking AFC to go to the Super Bowl. You're picking the Bills.
I would say Bills, and then did we pick our NFC officially?
No, we didn't yet. But I was about to say my AFC. I think I'm going to go with the Chiefs again.
You are going Chiefs again.
I think I'm going.
You
Chiefs
think they're going to is 3?
4-peat.
4-peat. Oh,
maybe.
I don't think
something
so.
like that.
That's really tough. But again,
we'll see.
I think that they've just got.
Okay, so NFC.
Okay, and you got your NFC. So we know that the Eagles were still really good, and I don't see them not holding on. But the Lions, I think it's the Lions' year. To be honest with you,
I think I have to go with the Lions too.
Detroit,
I think Lions and Chiefs, and
You do, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're both Lions then.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
I do like the Lions.
There's no money on the line
That's
here.
true too. Yeah, we're just kind of throwing this out there, and again, not following anything. By the way, I didn't even know that was a wide receiver.
CeeDee Lamb.
I haven't really.
He's not a Cowboys fan. That's what he just told you.
I'm always outside on the weekends, so I hadn't watched any football last year. To be honest,
Gotcha.
I think I did watch the Super Bowl and a few playoff games, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, so the season starts, when the time this airs, the season will start on Thursday. So right at the beginning of it. So and if you want to make some Super Bowl picks, you can go on our Facebook or on our
your
Instagram.
Favorite team or who you think's going to do real well.
At Pern and Dave.
Yep.
And just tell us your Super Bowl matchup pick is.
Some
put them
arguments.
in the notes, put them in the comments.
We love arguments. So bring them up and
absolutely
let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, let's get heated about
football. Let's talk football.
Because hockey starts in 49 days.
Yes, because then it all starts sports again.
And then it's all hockey.
And then we're like, oh, who are we picking?
Forget football. We'll talk about them when we get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, heck with that. Yeah, we'll just leave it to the side.
That's it.
Unless there's some craziness that happens, which usually does.
Yeah, there's always something.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
All right. So see you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Pern and Dave, Let's Talk is brought to you by, well, Pern and Dave and
Werther's Originals.
In the Purse of Every Grandmother and the good people at Twista by Milton Bradley.
Spin your way to second base.
Ooh la la. Till next time.